It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welkom terug, is jou goed voel ontbijtprogram is Expresso en is jou vrijdagochtend. Can you believe it? It's the 10th of March already.
Woo!
Time is
Time's
certainly flying, yes. And NASA, a SpaceX and a handful of other space pioneers want to put people on Mars by 2025.
Wow.
2025. But the biggest question still going unanswered is how do we sustain atmosphere?
That's right. Well, the Earth's atmosphere serves a wide range of functions, including but not limited to giving us oxygen to breathe. Now, in addition, the ozone layer protects us from the void of space, from radiation that could be life-threatening, and from solar flares the size of several thousand nuclear bombs going off at once. Mars has an atmosphere, but it's 100 times thinner than the Earth's, and about 95% carbon dioxide. And if there's one thing that we know about carbon dioxide, it's that plants love it, but humans don't.
That's true. Well, the plans for Mars go far further than a few outposts with people jumping around in spacesuits. NASA proposes putting a magnetic shield around Mars in order to help restore its atmosphere and eventually bring back its oceans. The shield would help to protect the red planet from high-energy solar particles. This process of restoring the atmosphere and habitat has been called terraforming. Now, this process can take up to 50 years or longer to complete, and it's still only theoretical and is subject with thousands of unknown variables. I think, it will take time for them to put everything into place, but I think the seed has been planted. People are thinking about it. They're doing the research. It's incredible.
Definitely, and maybe someday in the distant future, the red planet will be known as the blue planet. Well, talking about planets, it's time for us to head to the final frontier with Jono Weltman.
Absolutely. We do know that we live in a world and a universe that is full of mystery. And it seems as though with each new discovery, we only have even more questions to ask. And when we seek answers, well, we call on Jono Weltman from the Foundation of Space Development. And this week on The Final Frontier, we take a look at Trappist-1 and the potential for carbon-based life in our universe. It is ever exciting to be exploring these possibilities. Jono, and thank you very much for joining us once again. What is so special then about Trappist-1? What is it?
Well, Trappist-1's amazing. Firstly, it's an ultra-cool dwarf star. Mm-hmm. And an ultra-cool dwarf is a star that burns at less than 2,700 degrees Kelvin.
Okay.
And because it's burning so low, because it's so cool, it means they last for a very long time. They last for about 100 billion years.
Okay.
As opposed to our sun, which burns about 5,500 degrees, will only last for 10 billion. We're halfway through. The other great thing about these ultra-cool dwarfs is that they make up 15% of everything we see in our galaxy. They are by far the most abundant type of star. So Trappist-1 is so special because we've been looking for planets around, and we found about 1,500 planets through Kepler already. But we've been looking for planets around these smallest, coolest stars that are so abundant.
Yes.
And now the Trappist telescope in Chile found this star called Trappist-1,
Yes.
named after the telescope, asked other small telescopes, land-based, to help it look even further, including the SAAO 1-meter telescope. So South Africa was involved in this, and they thought they'd found 3 planets going around Trappist-1, which was very exciting news. So what they did, they went to NASA and they said, can we borrow the Spitzer infrared telescope? And for 20 consecutive days, this space telescope watched this Trappist-1 star and found 7 Earth-like planets, 3 of them in the habitable zone. So 3 of them that could be identical to Earth, only 39 light years away.
Only...
Right round the corner.
Wow, that is extraordinary. And of course, so when we look at something like this, this is incredible news. How does this change our understanding of the galaxy?
It changes absolutely everything. Look, not so long ago, we thought everything in the galaxy was a binary star system and that our sun was unique, being a single star. It turns out that actually there's more single stars than binaries. Now, we know that the most abundant type of star is this ultra-cool dwarf that can live for 100 billion years, whereas our civilization can only make it for 10 billion maximum. Well, 5 billion more.
Whew.
And the fact that life could be so abundant and so close, and that there could be so many Earths all around us that we could potentially populate or move to or explore, really is a game changer, and it really starts to feel like there's a sudden confluence in space where we're about to take this giant leap forward and discover.
I'm thinking of all of my savings right now and where I can put them in to make this possible. But with the current technology that we have, how long would it take us to travel 39 light years to that next possible Earth?
It's going to take too many lifetimes. It will take a few thousand years to get there with current technology.
Yeah.
But we're looking at technology that could go at 1/5 the speed of sound. So we could, speed of light,
yes,
which could potentially get us there. That tech could get us there in 200 years.
200 years. Cryogenic freeze me, get me in that shuttle.
Yeah, but the point is we might find even closer. You know, Proxima 1b is an example of, Proxima 1 is an example of an ultra-cool dwarf.
Yeah.
So could be 4 light years away.
Jono, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Exciting news about the galaxy and the universe as we know it and as we continue to discover it on the final frontier. Right now, time for the news.